That's good. I feel like I should sage this place before I do this. Do y'all remember the time in which we used to do extreme jump cuts on YouTube? Hello, and welcome back to another new video. The absolute effort. I'm exhausted at the idea of it. The perfect combination of patience and mental illness. Hello, how's it going? It's been a minute since I've done sort of a simple Q&A video. I always find those very fun, light, and thought-provoking. So treat this like a podcast, grab a cup of tea, pull up a seat, and let's chit-chat. Want a massage? No, thank you. No, thank you. Want to adopt me? It's a hard pass on that one as well. Which of your tattoos is your favorite and why? This is going to be difficult. I've really never done a tattoo tour, but I have them kind of hidden all over my body. I love my thigh cowboy so much. Something like it's just perfectly placed, perfectly sized. It's a little bit of stick 'em up. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Why did I get it? I don't know. An impulse? What does it mean? I don't know. Yeehaw, howdy perhaps? What was the last concert you went to? I don't go to many concerts. It kind of make me a little bit anxious, but I managed to go to Adrienne Lenker's concert earlier this year. She's the lead singer of Big Thief, and I just find her music and their music to be so singular and so lyrically profound. It was an emotional experience. I was just so thrilled and excited to be there. Do you want children someday? The beauty of time. My answer on this has flip-flopped constantly. I think for the longest time, I thought it was just a given of like, of course I'm gonna have kids. And then the more I got into my 20s, I thought, I cannot imagine having a child in this chaotic world that we have, but I also just can't imagine taking on the responsibility of a child. I felt very selfish in that way, that I just wanted to live my life for myself. But 32 now, and the more time I spend around my niece and my nephew and other kids, I just think it's so sweet. And it's really hard for me to imagine not having at least one child at some point in my life. When? How? God knows. Not anytime soon. I'm just the baby. How am I supposed to take care of a baby? How do you earn respect? Advocate for yourself and be confident in your decisions. I respect people with a point of view and who are brave enough to share the point of view and to stand firm in the point of view. It's definitely a practice because I don't think everyone automatically deserves respect. I think it's something that has to be earned over time. What are your favorite albums right now? I mean, like this year has been the pop girly renaissance. So the Chappell album, the Charli album, the Sabrina Carpenter album. I mean, my year has just been filled with like pop, feminine excellence. Brat's a fucking banger back to back.
What the fuck are you doing? Come on! Ah!
I am a Sabrina Carpenter convert. I was not on the train until this album, and now I am front row. She's so fucking funny as well. All of her interviews are a joy to watch.
I build, people up type vibe.
And Chappell I've been supporting since day one. If you know, you know. And I'm just beyond thrilled for her.
Did you not know who I was before?
No.
What's your favorite flower? I love this question. The Matilla poppy here in California is just gorgeous. They look like sunny side up eggs when they bloom. There's something about them that's so photogenic and almost cartoonish that they just make me happy. Every time I see them, I just smile and run up and try and take a photo. I also like dahlias. They're very geometric and pretty as well. How do you deal with a friend breakup? I mean, this is tough. I think luckily, I haven't really had to do this much in my life, but when you actively have to kind of cut somebody out of your life, it's painful. Even if it's necessary, even if you know it's correct, it hurts both people. But my rule of thumb is if you start to realize someone is just taking from your life and they're not adding to it, it may be time to part ways. If you're not receiving joy, excitement, expansion, knowledge, or new experiences, then maybe it's time to address it head on or just silently move on. Favorite shade of blue?
Please bore someone else with your questions.
It's either a really dark shade of blue or the most softest, pale, almost gray shade of blue. What is your current relationship status? None of your business, bucko. How many relationships have you been in? I don't really keep track, but I think it's 5. Yeah, it could be 5. I had a lot of 3-month things that almost became relationships, and I don't think they actually were. Are you over all your exes? Confidently, yes. And I think I have no bad blood with any of them either, which is quite a nice place to be in. Are you friends with all your exes? Confident? No. And not for like any particular reason. I think I'm friendly with most of them, but you know, we do not have a group chat. We are not regularly chit-chatting. And I'm okay with that, honestly. Listen, a lot of the submissions revolve around how I navigate life's difficult questions, and I can wholeheartedly say that is through therapy, which is why I'm really excited to talk about this video's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who's trained to give you helpful and unbiased advice. All you have to do is head on over to their site. You can use my link, betterhelp.com/ConnorFranta. Next, you'll simply answer a few questions, and usually within 48 hours, BetterHelp will match you with a professional who has years of experience assisting people with struggles just like yours. What's great about BetterHelp is that it's all digital, whether it's over the phone or on your computer, video chat, voice, or simply messaging. It's truly whatever you prefer, all from the comfort of your own home. The entire process is designed to be fast and easy, and I have personally always appreciated that. Now, all you have to do is visit betterhelp.com/ConnorFranta, or simply select ConnorFranta during signup, and you will enjoy a special discount on your first month. Therapy has such a special place in my heart because it has completely changed how I navigate this world and all the struggles in my life. So shout out to therapy, and on with the video. How do you afford to travel so much? I've been doing this career for 14 years, and I think one of the things I'm most proud of is that I've been very smart with the money that I've received from it. Also, like, to a certain extent, you don't have to travel expensive. There are very cheap flights. You can stay in hostels or cheap Airbnbs. At one point, weekend flights to Iceland, I swear to God, were a couple $100s. Sometimes the most expensive part of travel is just time, and luckily I can work from wherever, so that doesn't really affect me, but it's a huge priority to me. It's where I find most of my joy, so I make it work, and I know that I'm really lucky to do so. Best travel experience from this year? Oh my God, I climbed Mount Fitzroy in Patagonia in southern Argentina, and it was simply spectacular. Couldn't even do the experience justice if I tried. We did it so efficiently. I think we did a 16 or 18 mile hike in just 4 hours. Visiting Argentina as a whole was unforgettable, but that particular experience is something I will never, ever forget. What is the most profound realization that you've had while traveling? It's a total cliche, but the more I see the world, the more I realize there is so much to do and so much to experience. As far as we know, life only exists on planet Earth. There's a great chance it exists elsewhere, but we haven't yet proven that. So seeing the world and being like, we have deserts, we have glaciers, we have forests, we have mountains, miles of oceans that we haven't even explored with creatures that we cannot even fathom because we haven't discovered them yet. Like, we are so lucky to exist in this moment on this planet, and every time I travel, I think of that. We are so small, and yet we are so lucky to be so small. Tell us a secret.
I'm gay.
What's your goal time for the New York City Marathon? 2:59. And if you do not realize how hard that is, that means I need to run 6:52 for 26.2 miles. Sub 7 minutes for 26 miles? Are you fucking kidding me? What am I, The Flash? I'm gonna need sleep, caffeine, and perhaps even Jesus. Favorite philosophy that you try to practice? I believe it was Socrates that said, the unexamined life is not worth living. I find curiosity to be hot and sexy and deeply appealing. One thing I try to do and I try to practice is questioning everything. Be very curious, be open to the unknown. And even more simply put, look around you. Oh my God, look up. Things are weird, things are strange. And that is just deeply fascinating and fantastic. I like to go on walks and wander and stare and question, like a lunatic, obviously. Do you want to die by accident or through sickness? Speaking of lunatics, my God. Somebody check this person's basement. What book are you currently reading? Upstream by Mary Oliver. It's so good. What was your highlight for September? My sister got married, and I am just so happy for her and her husband, and it was just such a lovely day filled with joy. Love you, Nick and Nick, so much. One piece of advice for people struggling in their 20s, yet again, another cliche, but be brave, take risks. The stakes are not as high as you think they are, honestly. Your 20s feel like the most stressful time, but really there is so much room for ebb and flow. I think I've had a lot of bravery in my life, but I still look back on that period and say, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I go there? Why didn't I make that move? Chasing after someone, moving to another country, staying out super late. Be spontaneous and be brave. You got this. Okay, the sun is going down. That is enough questions for today. I hope you managed to learn something new, or at the very least had a nice, enjoyable time watching this. Give it a like, click subscribe down below, and leave a comment with some more questions for another Q&A video. If you want to donate to my charity campaign, go over to charitywater.org/Connor. Anything helps. Go give me a follow on Strava and Letterboxd and all my other social medias. They are down below too. Also, make sure you vote. This election is super important. Links down below. Thank you for watching. I love you so much. Have a peaceful week, and I will see you super soon.